Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Boomy Reactions. For those of you who are new, I'm Boomy. Hello, and thank you for watching. And for everyone else, welcome back, my lovelies. And today, guys, I'm back with another travel video. So this time, we're going to Utah. And this video is the ultimate Utah road trip in 27 stops. So can I imagine where they're going to go? So there's some features that I have seen on a few other videos exploring America. So I'm going to guess we're going to go to Bryce Canyon, or we're going to be around, we're going to the Utah desert, and I cannot, is it Zion? Zion National Park and the Arches? So I imagine they're going to be featured in here somewhere. Now, apparently there's some good snow sports. I wouldn't have associated that with Utah, but I have no idea why. Guys, why am I finding a lot of association with green jello in Utah? Why does that come to mind? Why, what's the connection? Is there like a funny story behind it or something? What is the association between Utah and green jello? Somebody let me know. Let me know in the comments. That sounds crazy. Apparently, you have some great geological places that are involved in dinosaurs. So plenty of fossils and everything to be found here. But that's fantastic. I love dinosaurs. I've loved them ever since I was younger. And so anything hyper nerdy to do with dinosaurs, I'm there. I want to see them. I want to see fossils. I want to listen to crazy theories on, the most recent evolution of the most recent dinosaur that we found. I'm there. I love it. I can't think of anything else. So have you got a rich history that's to do with the Mormon pioneers, if I remember from my school days, in Salt Lake City, and the Great Salt Lake, obviously, as well, guys. There's so many things. There's so many features of Utah. So let's see. These 27 stops. Are we going to see any of these there? Oh, let me think of food as well. Funeral potatoes. Is that, I remember in one video, funeral potatoes are a thing in Utah. Is that like one of your kind of popular foods? Delicious. So let's have a look, guys. What is going on in Utah? And as ever, if you're enjoying these reactions, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Have you ever wanted to visit Mars?
Oh, yeah.
Well, when you're in Utah, it just might feel like you have.
Oh, wow.
I've spent a cumulative month and a half in Utah over several visits, but if I had to narrow it down to just 2 weeks, if I was only going to see the best of the best, this is what I would do.
So many things to see off of this road.
Let's start in the southern part of the state, since that's where most people come in, with Zion National Park.
Yes.
You could spend 2 full weeks in Zion alone, but just to talk about the highlights, we can't talk about Zion without talking about Angel's Landing. This hike is definitely not for those with a fear of heights, but when you make it to the top, you have an incredible view of the canyon. If you're not as interested in using cables and climbing hand and foot, go for the overlook instead.
I think that down there is Angel's Landing. I can actually see people on it.
It's steeper and it's higher, but it's worth it.
Is this the one where you have to reserve hiking on? Which I can understand why, because it seems very narrow. It's very, very high. And I can understand if that gets busy, that could potentially be quite dangerous, couldn't it? So I understand that. I'm a little bit scared of heights, and I wouldn't trust myself. I have 2 left feet. So is this the hike with the rail, like the handrail that you have to hold on to? Yeah, I just wouldn't trust myself. I'd trip on thin air, probably, knowing me, but not for the faint-hearted. But I imagine the view makes it.
Those hoodoos are famous, as are the sunrise and sunset viewpoints. And don't write it off in the winter, because it looks even cooler with snow. Really? Enjoy the drive as you go between these two.
This has been one of the most beautiful drives ever.
It's such a beautiful scenic byway along the Dixie National Forest, and it's almost an experience in and of itself.
A lot of these really cool columns, rock columns, there's probably a much better word for them, I don't know. Hoodoo?
Next, I recommend the Mystic Hot Springs for a different kind of experience. It will be a bit of a detour, but I think it's a worthy one, just because look how cool these travertine hot springs look, especially.
That looks like an elephant. Did you see that? I'm going to go back because look at this. See, where is she?
I think it's a worthy one just because
It kind of looks like an elephant's trunk and it's drinking water. It could also maybe look a little bit rude, but I see an elephant.
look how cool these travertine hot springs look, especially around sunset.
Apparently this is a really hot one. Let's see.
Oh, I like her tattoos.
You'll need to book your spot ahead of time, and soaks cost $25 for 2 hours. I highly recommend booking the sunset slot. You can also overnight it in one of the buses on site. I loved the vibe of this place as it felt friendly and it was so beautiful watching the sunset from there. Next we have Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument, which used to be the largest area of protected land in the United States and certainly one of the most remote.
A lot of people don't really come here and I don't know why.
The road to get in honestly sucks, but it's what keeps the crowds away.
It's one of the worst roads I've driven on. It's just dirt, but it's so...
I'm looking at a coral garden.
It's like some really weird landscape and it feels not like it's planet Earth, but it's super interesting. Best word I can come up with.
And like most of southern Utah, this was caused by water erosion over millennia, and it's both humbling and inspiring to walk through it. In the same area, you'll find a slot canyon called Little Wild Horse Canyon. When my friend Kristen and I visited, we were pretty worried about rainfall, and a slot canyon is the last place you want to be when it rains, as they can flood very easily.
I'm actually claustrophobic, so my heart rate's up from walking through there, but it's good for me to do stuff like this. It's why I like to go into like tight places, because I want to get over the fear.
But the nice thing about Little Wild Horse is, although it's 8 miles long, you can just walk partway into the canyon, about a mile, and you'll still get some pretty awesome slot canyon views. Next, we make our way to Moab, which I have visited every time I've gone to Utah, and I still feel like I am barely scratching the surface.
That sounds familiar.
It's an adventure lover's paradise. The first thing I recommend is the sunset at Dead Horse Point State Park. I've gone twice, once in the spring and once in the winter, and it was incredible both times. I mean, it even rivals the Grand Canyon. The cool thing about going in the winter is you can purchase a drone permit, and that was one of the best flights of my life.
Oh my gosh. She just hit the nail on the head. She said earlier, humbling. I think that's what it is. Places like this, because they're so vast, they're so big, they're humbling. That's what it is. And it's the realization of how small you are in this world. And it's a weird feeling, isn't it? I'm getting it secondhand just through someone else's footage. I'm not even there. And I can get a sense of it. And it's really, really humbling. But I imagine being there in person is so much more intense, that feeling. Oh, wow.
Next is the Mesa Arch in Canyonlands National Park at sunrise. Imagine seeing the beautiful sun hitting the side of the arch, illuminating over the canyon view. If you care about getting the perfect shot of the sun hitting the arch, be sure to get there at least an hour and a half before the sunrise, as you will not be the only one hoping to get that shot, and the good spots fill up fast. But there are awesome views in the area if you don't want to share it with too many people. And for that, I recommend taking to the air. The last time that I visited Moab, I took a scenic flight over Canyonlands and Arches National Park, and I was absolutely blown away.
There was lightning, and there was a storm, and it was like right kind of adjacent to a rainbow. It just looked bizarre. And it doesn't look like anything on this planet, does it? It looks like it's just somewhere else entirely.
We were able to cover so much area and distance, which would take weeks to do on foot or by car, and I got to see it all in the best light. And best of all, I didn't have to share it with anyone else. Hit the link in the description if you want to do this one too. From the ground, there are other awesome things to see as well. My personal favorite is Corona Arch, which isn't in any national parks or even state parks.
Look, it's Jack Skellington. May not get that like direct glow because of the clouds on the horizon, but still can't complain. This is cool. Really cool.
Not to say you should skip Arches National Park.
What does that look like? All those look like. Oh, the Penis National Park. Yeah.
The arches are indeed amazing, and most of them are very easily accessible. And although you'll share it with lots of people,
Slightly more crowded than our morning experience. Yes.
it's all about time of year and time of day. Personally, I love it at night with the stars. From here you have a choice. Head north or south. I'll give you options for both, starting with heading south. On your way, check out the lesser known part of Canyon Lake. I'm so glad that I took a chance and checked it out. These buttes are redder in color than the rest of Utah, and to me, even more impressive than what you'll find a few miles over in Monument Valley. Plus, you can dispersed or free camp here, which means that you can camp on the roadside pullouts. This is common all over Utah, where so much of the land is BLM or national forest. This does mean no services, no bathrooms or showers or anything at all really, and you'll often need a four-wheel drive to access the best ones. You'll also have to leave no trace, and that includes packing out all of your own trash and human waste.
My bag here for my trash, because I pack everything out.
All right, from here you can easily head into some of the best that Arizona has to offer, but you'd be missing out on what's up north in Utah. So let's hop to Uinta National Forest, just south of Spanish Fork in Provo, Utah. This area is full of hikes and gorgeousness, but I visited for these baby blue hot springs called Fifth Water. Don't expect to get them all to yourself, but if you start your hike in before the sun is up, you won't have to share it with too many people. Next, we've got Park City, which is famous for skiing in the winter, but it's gorgeous at any time of year. And if you're visiting in the spring or summer, you might just love checking out the hiking trails and seeing it at a less crowded time of year.
So
Finally, we finish our road trip with a stop at the magical Bonneville Salt Flats. Yeah. It's a place that almost looks like you're walking on snow, at least in the summer.
Yeah.
In the winter, it fills in with water, so you've got to be careful. If
then it
driving
looks like
on
a
the
mirror,
salt flats,
doesn't
be
it?
careful where you drive, as people get stuck all the time and have to get towed out. But near the racetrack, you'll find the most packed down salt. I highly recommend heading here for golden hour into sunset, as that's when the white just looks the most amazing. If you want to know more about any of the spots mentioned in this video, check out my Utah playlist. It's full of amazing stories and hidden gems.
Oh my gosh. They love it. Absolutely amazing. Oh wow, so beautiful. I was going to say, I think I've seen the Valley of the Gods before, and it's the buttes, is it? And they just look like they're ascending to the heavens. I don't know whether that's maybe why it's referred to as the Valley of the Gods, but it's definitely something that I feel as soon as I see the sights there, as soon as I can see those buttes, it looks like these massive, monumentous structures are just ascending to the heavens. Maybe that has something to do with why it's called that. But oh my gosh, it's just there's just so much beauty in Utah. There's so many things to go and see, and a lot of it is like natural formations and things that you would have to go and have a look, wouldn't you? The arches, and the hot springs. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely stunning. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that half as much as I did, because this state is gorgeous. If any of you live in Utah, you're very, very lucky. It's beautiful and so much to do. I did see some snow, so maybe is that something? I can't remember where I've heard that from. Is there like the greatest snow on earth? That phrase. Let me know in the comments if you know any more about that. I've heard that phrase associated with Utah, and so I'm thinking, Utah? Is there snow in Utah? Apparently there is, and we did see some there. So stunning sights, beautiful, just beautiful. So guys, thank you for watching this with me, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye bye.